How to pick up girls. A comedian sitting at the bar of the local comedy club on a Friday night. Beautiful woman sits next to him and says, "I saw you perform tonight, and I think you're the funniest guy I've ever seen. I want to take you back to my house and give you the hottest, kinkiest, best night of sex you ever had." The comedian looks at her and says, "Did you see the first show or the second show?" Now, I am so mad. You know what I just found out? You know that song from the 70s, "It Ain't the Meat, It's the Motion"? Well, it's the meat. I'm going to add that to the list of mistaken beliefs I've had about women throughout my life. Size matters. I should carve it into my forehead so I don't forget. You know what made me think it didn't all this time? That stupid song. I used to hear it on the radio and think to myself, "See, Drew, it's okay to be average. It's not the meat, it's the motion," whatever the motion was. I remember my first year of non-virginity trying desperately to figure out what the motion was, varying my thrusting technique every 5 seconds or so like a rumba dancer who was being electrocuted. This is while I was in college during the 70s. Great time to get laid, the 70s. No AIDS, no condom necessary if the girl was on the pill, and if you were lucky, no last names. Booze, pot, early Aerosmith, and easy sex. I'm telling you, I was in paradise. Of course, as much as I thought I was getting laid in the 70s, everyone else was getting laid more. My idea of an orgy was using more than one magazine. It's been like that all my life, really, even now that I'm on TV. Well, I get plenty of dates now that I have a show and with stunningly beautiful women, but the rest of it is just about the same as it was for me in high school and college. In high school, I was in the marching band, so you know the babes were all over me, especially when I wore my band uniform. Not only did I look like an army colonel in one of those fake European countries they would make up for a Marx Brothers movie, I looked like an army colonel holding a trumpet. My physique didn't help either. I wasn't allowed to drink beer yet, so I was skinny and only weighed 123 pounds when I graduated. I guess I could have had a better body if I liked gym class more, but I hated taking the showers afterwards. I would stand there all bummed out thinking, man, everyone here's got hair except me. Of course, thanks to God's great sense of humor, I now have hair everywhere on my body, even inside my nose. I rarely dated in high school and never even made out with a girl until I got to college, but once I started, I couldn't get enough. I read every issue of Playboy and We, a classy magazine in those days, looking for tips on how to be a better lover and how to make myself more attractive to women. I read the forum letters in Penthouse thinking that I could learn from them. I remember thinking sometimes when I was having sex, let's see now, how did Surprised in Cincinnati do it? Like almost every guy at that stage of his sexual development, the I just got laid for the first time stage, I believed everything women told me about sex and sexual manners. If a Playboy playmate said in her questionnaire that she liked guys in tight pants, I would go out and buy some tight pants. If she said she liked well-endowed men with big muscles and hairy chests, I would cry. One time, a college girl I had been flirting with at a bar complimented me on my cologne. It wasn't a big compliment, she just mentioned it in passing. "What's that you're wearing?" she asked, not even looking my way. "Brute," I answered. "Oh, I like Brute," she said, getting up to leave. I thought that I'd heard a secret key to scoring with women. Aha, I thought. Chicks dig Brute. Within a week, I was Brute man. When I was getting ready to go out and meet women, I would shower with Brute shampoo and Brute soap on a rope. Then after slathering my armpits with Brute antiperspirant and deodorant, I would shake Brute cologne all over my body like it was holy water. That done, I dusted my private areas with Brute talcum powder, and as the cherry topping, I would slip into a teeny pair of nylon Brute bikini underwear with a mesh pouch. Snug and secure, I would blow-dry my feather-cut disco hair and spray it into a helmet with Brute hairspray. I reeked. All because some college girl remarked in passing, "I like Brute." You should have seen me at the local disco. Helmet hair, tight bell-bottoms, platform shoes, shirt undone, gold chains. The sweet smell of Brute wafting across the dance floor like an Iranian chemical weapon. Gee, how come I'm not getting laid more, I wondered. After all, I'm wearing Brute. Women can't resist it. No wonder my friends always wanted to open the windows when we drove anywhere. After college, I had a major dry spell. Not only could I not get laid, I couldn't even get strippers to take my dollar. I also discovered pornography, going to one dirty bookstore so much that they named a booth after me. I switched to Old Spice. During my drives back and forth between the strip clubs and the porno shops, I wondered why people talk about nymphomania like it was a bad thing, and if you count it as a multiple orgasm if you added them up over the course of a week. Every time there was an article in the paper about sex, I would turn right to it, thinking that maybe it held the key to sexual happiness that I longed for. One article said that to make sex more enjoyable, you should take pain relievers about an hour before you start. Pain relievers? Not the kind of sex I like to have, you don't. The only way I'd need a pain reliever to enjoy sex is if all my fantasies came true at the same time. Besides, when's someone like me ever going to know an hour beforehand that he's going to be having sex? Well, let's see. The bar closes at 1:30, and there's a lot of drunk girls in here, so that means I should take my 2 aspirins about 1:15. Making love to music was another suggestion I heard about. Unfortunately, when I got my chance, I did it to a polka. Not only was it over much too quickly, but I had to spend a week at my chiropractor's. I've avoided chubby Eastern European women ever since. Later on, I still had no clue, and it only got worse. I had a beer belly, no hair, and less money. But that was nothing compared to when I told women I was a comedian. In fact, the only thing that half a life of getting laid less than half as much as the average guy has given me is jokes for my act. Thanks to years of frustration, I have it in me to think up such gems as, the last woman I had sex with just hated me. I could tell by the way she asked for the money. Or, I'm not a good lover, but at least I'm fast. Or even, I'm not good in bed. Hell, I'm not even good in the couch. Killer, huh? After all this, what advice can I give to the young man of today, someone who might benefit from all my experience? Nothing, pal. I still have no idea about what I'm doing when it comes to women. Maybe avoid cheap cologne and cheesy bikini underwear. Don't expect sex on the first date and never pay more than $20 for a lap dance. Other than that, you're on your own.